Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the HelloBaden Show live from Baden. Tonight, I'm coming to you from my bedroom live from Baden. Now, y'all have seen my shows and everything, so y'all know that I'm a serious comedian, a poet, and I have 3 different channels, and I try not to put the same thing on every channel. Now, this is Memorial Day, and so this is the day that we all supposed to get a 3-day holiday. So I waited till midnight, after midnight now, to do a show. And I'd like to start off with comedy. And I know it's going to be okay. I got my lights there and everything. You know, they say you got to go to school and get an education. And then prefer you to go ahead and, get a degree in something. And then, like, after grade school, of course, you're going to go to maybe not college, but not right after grade school unless you're a childhood genius. Then you're going to just skip high school and go to college. Okay, I guess so. But, so you got to go to grade school first, kindergarten through 8th grade. Then you got to go to high school. Then they say after high school, you need to go to college. And then they want you to have a degree in certain things. Okay. That is like, the degree is like a black and white piece of paper. Now, don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm all for furthering education. Go as far as you go in school if you want to. I, however, only finished half of the 9th grade. For one thing, when I was growing up, you know, um, they didn't they didn't accept me for the individual that I was. They didn't think that I fitted in anywhere. In other words, I had no place on this earth because I'm European, Southern, Northern, German, Russian, French, Irish, English, Netherlands, Native American, and Black American. So, with disabilities, but only you can't see my disabilities, but I have they're they're inside me and things, my disabilities. So I was okay in grade school. In fact, for the first 5 years of my life, I went um, until I started school with my mother's maiden name, which was Lacey. Then I started school. Mom and dad got married, and I got my dad's last name, and I thank them for that very much. Um, but so I had health problems too, and so the times that I was going to school, it just wasn't like it is today. Matter of fact, y'all have a better time today, kind of, outside of all the other things that shouldn't be a part of daily life, but it's become a part of daily life. Anyways, so I had a hearing problem and everything. Like I said, they didn't think I would amount to anything, but you know what? I proved them wrong. I when I had my 37-year-old son, I was 18, so then you couldn't go to high school then. Now you guys can after having children. But if you got pregnant, back in, I'm 55 and a half, you couldn't go to school. Um, so I never got to finish school or get my GED. And then with my disability and everything, it was kind of harder for me to get a GED and things because I didn't have the help that I needed because I was going through special ed. Okay, but you know what? We can still make something of ourselves. Yeah, like I said, a degree is just a black and white piece of paper with words on it. You know, you can be an entertainer, a singer, an actress, an actor, a comedian, a talk show host, a writer, and a poet. Have your own YouTube channels. I say channels because I have 3. Not have any money and still make something of yourself and be the comedian and the person that you want to be. I'm all for, yeah, you go to school, you get your education, yes. But they should have kept the word entertainer as it was meant to be. An entertainer is an entertainer. You either have the gift or you don't have the gift. Yeah, have a natural born gift or you don't have the natural born gift. I mean, all the pieces of paper saying you specialized in theater, you specialized in comedy, specialized in writing, poetry, whatever, that's not going to work if you don't have the natural born talent. Okay. You also don't have to have any money. They say it takes money to have a business, or you have to put money into it. To be a comedian, you almost have to, I guess put money into that too. No, you don't. I use all the free apps, and everything that I do is good because I have the natural born talent. Look, free is just like if you paid $1 million for it, right? You pay $1 million for it, you're gonna get a good show out of it. You're gonna get a good picture. However, mine's free. Pay $0. And guess what? It's just the same. You see me clearly. You hear me clearly. I'm speaking very good. Then, I've been, you know, why? Why would you say that you got to have money to be a comedian? Or you can't make money out of poetry, writing, comedy? What happened was they just wanted you to get your education so bad that they took the word entertaining, the meaning of it, out of the word entertaining. But of course, like I said, there's nothing wrong with going ahead and having an education. Matter of fact, I would have finished high school. So don't get me wrong, But so now I've got a joke. Okay. There's this family was sitting there, and they have a older son. So he's like, I guess we're gonna say, 20s. Okay. He's like, Mom, Dad. He ran downstairs because he's upstairs. He ran downstairs, and they're sitting there watching TV. And they say, what? He says, I took a bath of bubbles. Well, Dad says, that's nice, son. Everybody takes a bath of bubbles. Okay. Next night he comes down, runs down the steps. Mom, Dad, I just took a bath of bubbles. The mom says, son, your dad said everybody takes a bath of bubbles. I've taken a bath of bubbles. So you're a little bit too old to be playing these little games. The son says, I agree. The dad says, I agree. So He says, now, son, if you come downstairs, you tell me one more time that you took a bath with bubbles, then we're going to have a serious talk because we're going to have a problem. Everybody takes a bath with bubbles. So they went back to watching TV. He went upstairs. And she says, well, that was fun. Now let's get back to watching our show. So he says, yeah. He says, Les. He says, but I don't understand our son. I don't. Sometimes I think he thinks we're slow or something because who hasn't taken a bath with bubbles? Mom says, yeah, you're right. That's nice. So then they watch TV and knock on the door. This woman, nice, pretty woman, standing there with nothing but a raincoat on, nothing underneath. She says, is Dad good here? And the dad says, yeah. She says, he says, who are you? She says, I'm Bubbles. Next time, Mom and Dad, okay, the dad and Mom's face turned real red. So he says, Dagwood, Bubbles is here. He comes right down the steps. They go up the steps. Mom and Dad looked at each other, shook their heads at each other. Remind us not to ask. Next night, about a month later, rather, you gonna go that way. The son had went upstairs, went to sleep, comes back down, all in a good mood. He says, "Hi, Dad. How you doing, Pop? Let's go to the movie you're watching." He says, "This is a Western. You're not even interested in it." He says, "Oh," with a smile on his face. Dad looks at his son. He says, "Must have got a real nice rest." He says, "Yeah." He says, "I slept with Bubbles." Dad says, "You slept with Bubbles." Mom says, "Okay, you slept with Bubbles. You mean you left the bubble machine on?" And he says, "Nope, I slept with Bubbles." She says, "Okay." And Dad says, "Well, speaking of bubbles, I used to have a bubble making machine." Yeah. Mom says, "Yeah, that's a different story, isn't it? We had a lot of fun making the bubbles." And he went upstairs. Someone's coming a little bit early tonight. And Mom and Dad says, "Okay." Dad looks at the mom. "I thought you said that you got rid of that bubble making machine at the yard sale." She says, "Well, I did." "Well, then how's he sleeping with Bubbles? Left that bubble machine on?" Dad goes, knocks on the door, and the son wasn't answering, so he figured the son was asleep. So he opens the door. He says, "Son." He said, "Oh, Dad, this is Bubbles." She says, "Hi." He goes, Dad's face turned ready to go back downstairs. He says, the mom says, "What's wrong? Your face is all red like a fire engine." He says, "Don't ask. Let's just watch the Western here. Remind us to start asking more questions about our son's life." All right. I will see you guys later. I love you guys. Happy Memorial Day. Love you.